With the call.
Well, Kurt, it's the season finale here in Minneapolis, and the Vikings seek their first division victory. And there's a good feeling for the Vikings, plenty of upside. Not so for the Bears, a huge disappointment, and lots of questions that need to be answered, and answered soon.
Likes the bring on the defensive side of the football.
Hey, Ben, hey, 180!
First play from scrimmage, and here is Matt Forte with a good gain on first down and getting about 7 or 8 yards. So Matt Forte, and what a year he has had in scrimmage yards as a receiver and a rusher. And Alshon Jeffrey, he's the go-to guy at wide receiver now.
He's going to have to be with the absence of Brandon Marshall. He had a big game again the last time they played the Vikings. They're going to need him to come up big today. And we talked about him, Kyle Long, the only Pro Bowl player on the field today. He's been extremely versatile on this offensive line for the Bears.
There is Jeffrey, 2nd down and 2.
27 Mike, right there, guys.
And they go back to Forte, and he's going to be stopped for no gain. And Adi Cole, who is starting his first game of the year in place of the injured Chad Greenway at weak side linebacker. There you see the front 4 defensive line for the Vikings vastly improved over a year ago.
Yeah, you talked about Sharif Floyd, one of the defensive tackles, has really stepped up and been one of the cornerstones on this Vikings defense, and Harrison Smith as well. Some of these young guys are really coming of age.
Andrew Zendejo starting at Cutler didn't look that happy coming off the field. Maybe he got the play a little late. 3rd down and 1. The pitch going to Forte, and Forte moving forward has the first down. So Forte getting the attention early. Everson Griffin making the tackle, a gain of 3.
And he will be the key to this Bears offense today. With Jimmy Clausen playing quarterback last week, they really want to try to set the tone and run the football early. They're going to try to do the same thing here today with Jay Cutler. And they'll use all types of different styles of runs, in particular misdirection runs, because the linebackers for the Minnesota Vikings are so fast flow and run to the football so well, they got to get them to hesitate.
First down on the 32. In motion is Wilson, and the handoff is to Forte going off the left side, and Forte close to the first down. Adi Cole, the weak side backer, is there, and now with that rush, Matt Forte is over 1,000 yards for the 5th time in his career and the 3rd consecutive time. So Forte with a lot of goals today personally for him.
Yeah, he's been such a productive player over the course of his career. He can do it all. Disciplined with, they didn't struggle with last year, they have this year, and so far again not the start you'd want to see in the Bears offense. 2nd
down and 11, and Cutler, and he flips it off to Matt Forte, and Adi Cole is there. This is this improved Viking defense with Mike Zimmer, the former defensive coordinator of the Bengals, a loss of 1.
Well, the Bears like to utilize Matt Forte in the screen game, and Mike Zimmer talked to us about it coming into this week's matchup. They try to get their defensive linemen to recognize it sooner, and for their linebackers, they tried to play a little more man coverage so they could make sure they were right there to make the play on Matt Forte once he left the backfield.
Cole in his 3rd year from North Carolina State, so now the Bears face a 3rd down and 12. Back to their 29. Cutler has time, and on the shallow cross completes the pass, but well short of the first down. Matt Forte on the receiving end, and so here are the Bears. They had a 2nd down and 1. Norv Turner is the offensive coordinator for the Vikings, one of the best at calling plays. Here is Matt Asiata, and Asiata is stopped in his tracks by Jay Ratliff. No gain on the play. So we're looking at Bridgewater, and that's what he's done in the last 4 games. Pretty impressive.
And it's what you'd like to see out of your quarterback at the end of the season, him playing his best football. And Teddy Bridgewater talked to us saying he feels more and more comfortable in this Norv Turner system and in the offense with his wide receivers.
2nd down and 15, and here's Bridgewater getting some time, and his pass is caught. It'll be a first down to Charles Johnson, and a flag down. The former Cleveland Brown picks up 14 yards.
Big game out of him in Will Young's absence, because Jared Allen gets double teamed and gets a lot of the attention.
And here is Asiata. Asiata has a hole off the right side, has a first down and gets into Bear territory. And a good block by the tight end, Kyle Rudolph, springing Asiata for a gain of 19.
Well, they're going to continue to run at number 91, David Bass. He's right here on your screen playing in replace of really young Torres Achilles. And they've got to do a better job of setting the edge. Shea McClone as well. They've got to do a better job of building a wall, not allowing Asiata to get outside.
And a first down on the 47 of the Bears. And this throw incomplete. It was intended for Johnson, and there's a flag down. Coverage by Kyle Fuller, the first-round pick out of Virginia Tech, and at 20. Back in Viking territory on their 43. And here is Asiata straight up the middle, and that's his running style. Stopped by Jared Allen coming back to Minnesota. Let's take a look now at the Vikings offensive team. Asiata has had to really handle the running back duties with, of course, Adrian Peterson unable to play, and of course Jerick McKinnon, the other running back, out.
Yeah, and you look at their offensive line, John Sullivan, their center, he's really been the cornerstone, the foundation for this Minnesota offensive line. He's been there for 7 years now and really has the smarts, intelligence, makes all the calls, does a nice job.
Where did he go to school?
Oh, Notre Dame.
Second down and 16. Here is Bridgewater taking off, and he is going to be getting away. He shook off a potential tackler and is close to the first down inside the 40-yard line of the Bears. Jay Ratliff missed the tackle, and instead Bridgewater ends up with a 15-yard pickup.
And these are the intangibles you just can't teach a quarterback. Teddy Bridgewater, coming into this year, had the ability and the escapability to get outside the pocket, but what everyone's loved about him is he doesn't ever force it. Once he sees that opening, if he doesn't find anyone downfield, then he takes it. But he's not looking to run initially. He is a pocket passer, and he's done a nice job, again, of maturing in this system.
Third down and 1. In motion is Rudolph. To the other side of the line, the first back through is Jerome Felton, and he will have a first down to the Bears 35. And for a game break, the winner of this game will end up in third place. Not really a great consolation in this division race. And a first down play action for Bridgewater, and Bridgewater is going deep into the end zone and caught by Greg Jennings. What a catch for the touchdown. Fuller was all over him.
An incredible adjustment to the football. And as he's coming down to the ground, it appears the football hits the ground before he's able to get his hands underneath.
Down and 10 on the Bears 35. And the ball is almost intercepted by Jared Allen. Allen, look at the look on his face. He could have danced perhaps all the way. He would have turned on the Jets, but what a play.
He almost brought that ball in with one hand. That's the athleticism of Jared Allen, and he's incredibly tough to go against because he can adjust so well to the quick screens to the outside.
First game back after 6 years, and he says it's not quite the same being in the Metrodome and being outdoors, but this is his return against the team that he starred in for so many years. 10 or more sacks in every campaign. Third down and 10 now for Bridgewater. Here comes the pressure on Bridgewater, and this pass, and it's Jarius Wright, and it's ruled a catch, and it should be a first down.
We talked about Teddy Bridgewater's completion percentage in this second half of the month of December, but where he's been extremely effective is on third down. He's got one of the highest completion percentage in the NFL on third down in particular. Something that's incredible for a rookie, and you see why right there. Be able to throw balls and anticipate throws with pressure right in his face.
So an 11-yard pickup for Bridgewater, and a first down. Here is Asiata off the left side, and he's not going to get much, and is thrown back. Jared Allen making the play, and so the Bears with, again, Jared Allen coming back to Minneapolis, where he starred for so many years. That is the front four, and of course Brady talked about David Bass. They're the linebackers for the Bears, and this is a Chicago team that has allowed the most points in the league. Brock Vereen starting for Chris Conte at the safety position.
A lot of youth for the Bears defense. They have 5 or 6 rookies out there sometimes on any given play.
2nd and 13, and that pass to Asiata is simply dropped. In their hip pocket, and their defense just collapsed at the end. Banyard had a 16-yard gain. So at 3rd down and 13 for Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater's pass, and it is caught. It'll be shy of the 1st down to Jarius Wright. Tackled by Ryan Mundy, the safety, and the former Giant, picking up 8 yards. 4th down. First possession for Chicago. On the pass, caught by Martellus Bennett, and he's ridden out of bounds after a couple of yards. And that last drive, I mean, you're talking about a timeout on 2nd down and 1, and then a false start.
It's been a frustrating year for the Chicago Bears offense, in particular Jay Cutler and all the things he's had to endure. They're the 4th most penalties, pre-snap penalties, and that's something that you can't allow. That's just focus and discipline on your offense and doing a better job of making sure you're aligned, have the play calls and all those sorts of things.
And a delay of the game tacked onto that. So 2nd down and 8. Forte getting to the 20, bringing up 3rd and 4.
One thing you'll see throughout the game is Minnesota, in particular, their double A-gap blitzes is what they like to call it, where they put 2 linebackers over the center. They like to do that, particularly on 3rd down. Head coach Mike Zimmer's famous for it. You'll see it throughout the game, and the Bears really handled it well in their first matchup. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments both teams make in today's game.
3rd down and 4.
There they are, right there.
Cutler quickly, and he completes the pass to Josh Morgan, and the Bears have a 1st down. Morgan is pushed out of bounds at the 32 by Andrews and Dejo, picking up 13.
And one of the keys to beating those double A-gap pressures are being able to throw quick passes to the outside. Jay Cutler is able to get the ball out of his hands quick, let Josh Morgan make a nice catch and run with the football. And really what started that was the run before that Matt Forte had, getting him into a more 3rd and manageable position so they can throw those quick short passes to get the 1st down.
Bears now at the 33. Cutler nearly tripped going back, and this pass thrown out of bounds, intended for Marquise Wilson. It would be 3 if they drop this game to the Vikings. Second and 10, and the pass to the outside, caught by Wilson, and Wilson is tackled immediately, and they get about 4 yards on the play. Gerald Hodges, a lot of upside to Hodges in his 2nd year out of Penn State, and it'll be 3rd down and 6.
Hodges filling in for Anthony Barr, the 1st-round draft pick. Hodges done a nice job. He comes in on some of their nickel packages as well when offenses put an extra wide receiver out there. He's extremely athletic, runs to the football very well.
Well, this Viking defense virtually turned over entirely from a year ago.
A lot of youth, but they got some veteran guys around them too to help out.
3rd down and 6. Cutler going up the middle, and the pass is caught by Bennett, close to the 1st down, and the forward progress would be enough for the 1st down for the Bears at the 43. Captain Munnerlyn was covering on the play, but Bennett, who came into the game, tied for the lead in receiving with 82 catches, with career high for tight ends.
62 reports as an eligible receiver.
And the
number 62
Evan
is eligible.
Britton comes in now for the Bears as an extra offensive lineman. It'll be a 1st down at the 44.
You're going to see a lot of Martellus Bennett and Alshon Jeffrey being targeted today. Those will be Cutler's go-to guys.
Cutler, pass is caught by Forte, but Hodges was on him all the way, and a gain of only 1. So this is an improved defense without questioned Brady since Zimmer has come aboard.
They call it the Zimmer effect, and all the players in that defense will tell you that. Harrison Smith in particular this week talked about just the variety of things that they do, and their team has continued to gain a better understanding of it, and they're really playing some of their best football in this latter part of the season.
However, last week in the collapse against the Dolphins, Zimmer said one of the worst defensive performances he had seen in a long time.
One of the outliers in their last 5 games, though.
2nd down and 9. Forte charges up the middle. He'll be about 5 yards shy of the first down with less than a minute remaining in the first.
You know, he's been coaching and he's been very well respected in coaching circles in the NFL for years. And it seemed to be he was patient with the head coaching job he decided to take. And I think he liked the opportunity to come here and then bring in an offensive coordinator like Norv Turner. With the experience between both coaches, they really have both sides of the football taken care of.
A lot of upside for the Vikings. 3rd down and 6. Cutler with time, and the pass nearly intercepted, and it was Andrew Zendejo. No Bear receivers were in the area. Put me into it. But start of the 2nd quarter, 1st down on the 8-yard line, and Joe Banyard with the carry and nothing doing.
Time since they've been able to.
You know, one of these days it's going to happen, and they've got the defense to do it. 2nd down and 10. Banyard, and he's ridden down by Christian Jones.
Done, and that could be the deciding factor in today's games. Their defense being able to stop Aaron Rodgers.
3rd down and 4 for the Vikings on the 14. Bridgewater, and this pass is caught, and it should be a 1st down. Rhett Ellison, the tight end, with Ryan Mundy defending, and it should be enough for a 1st down for Minnesota. Clutch getting out of danger back there.
What's so impressive about Teddy Bridgewater is his ability as a rookie to work all the way across the field. Watch his eyes as he finds Rhett Ellison, which is his last read, 3rd in the progression there on 3rd down. That's why he's been so effective. That's why he's matured so much. Everyone's raving about him in this rookie draft class.
And Mike Zimmer said no highs or lows. He's the same guy every day, and that's exactly what you want from a guy at that position. 1st down from the 19. Banyard carries some tacklers out to about the 25. And it'll be 2nd down and relatively short.
People talked about him coming in to the draft and worrying about him not being big enough if he could withstand all the hits. Well, he's done the job because he's smart and he's mobile. He's able to get outside the pocket when he has to, and he's able to get the ball out of his hands before guys can hit him the majority of the time.
Pretty ideal for the Vikings. Their defense is getting better. They got a new stadium in 2 years, and they got a rookie quarterback who's impressing.
The future's looking bright.
2nd down and 4, and on the end around, and there's Charles Johnson. I don't know if they had flea flicker in mind, because Johnson looked like he might have been looking to throw, and Shea McClellan smelled it out beautifully, and there's a big loss of 11 yards for the Vikings.
Shea McClellan was not fooled by this misdirection at all. He's on the left side on the line of scrimmage, and as soon as it's a little misdirection, he's right there to come up and make the tackle for a big loss.
Yeah, he wasn't going to throw. He just found McClellan right in his face way back there. So a huge defensive play for the Bears, and now it'll be 3rd down and 15. The ball back to the 15. Pressure up the middle on Bridgewater, and he takes off. And Bridgewater then fires, and a flag is down. Don Sullivan, the center, holding on the play. 4th down coming up.
Well, it looks as if John Sullivan thought he had help from Charlie Johnson, his left guard, and did all he could to try to push.
Trailing 3-0, good field position as they start from their 44. Cutler has completed 7 of 9 so far. Hands off to Forte, and juking his way for a couple of yards. Well, what is the situation at quarterback going forward after Jay Cutler struggled this season? Benched last week. It was a tough season for the defense, and it's something that has to be addressed in the offseason, obviously. Lance Briggs and Charles Tillman have been mainstays on this team for a long time. Will they be brought back for another year? And what is the status of the head coach, Mark Trestman, as he completes his 2nd season in charge? A lot of questions that the Bears need answering as the offseason approaches. And getting rid of it, and the Forte and Cutler, with great presence of mind, got rid of it in time, got it off to Forte, who picked up 4 yards before Adi Cole brought him down. But again, Cutler didn't have much time for anything.
No, finding a way to survive with a little play action pass. Marquise Wilson actually falls down. He can't go to him, but stays alive, finds Forte to pick up a nice 9-yard gain to put him in 3rd and 2. These are the things that Jay Cutler does well, and everyone wants to question why he gets paid so much money. He's got so much ability. It's just a matter of finding a way to not turn over the football, which isn't all on him as it is.
3rd down and 2, and here is Forte, and Forte is not going to be there. Let's see where they spot the ball. It's going to be close, however, as Shamar Steffen, the 7th-round draft pick out of the University of Connecticut, making the play. And let's see whether we do have a measurement coming up. It is 4th down. It's the signal from Jeff Triplett.
Why not go for it? What do you got to lose? The way the season's gone, take a chance.
Well, you're already in Viking territory, and why not? And they are.
Obviously, Mark Trestman's not afraid to try to go for on a 4th down. We'll see if they try to use a hard count as well to draw the Vikings defense off sides.
Wilson in motion. And the quarterback sneak, and it will be a 1st down, getting to the 45. By the way, the Bears trailing 3-0. This marked the 11th scoreless first quarter of the season for the Chicago Bears, most in the league.
Well, it never helps when you get off to a slow start. Another issue they've had is their field position. They've kind of lost that hidden yardage battle where they're not starting where they should be, and they're giving up more yards in the return game as well. So they haven't had great starting field position, one of the worst in the league, which never helps an offense get a jump start.
Cutler gets it out quickly, and there's Martellus Bennett shaking off a tackle, and Bennett close to yet another 1st down, close to the 35-yard line. Mark Trestman, who was brought as a offensive specialist, and of course comes back to Minnesota, 4 years as a Viking assistant. 2nd year as a head coach, 5 games under 500 into this one, and a lot of questions about his future.
Yeah, we talked on what's the biggest difference between last year and this year. Clearly the turnovers, but really just not playing complementary football, he felt, between offense, defense, and special teams, and obviously personnel changes, the O-line moving around, a lot of things, just not a lot of consistency really from any phase in the football.
2nd down and 1, and Forte gets the 1st down as he gets to the 32-yard line. Hodges in on the tackle. The Chicago Bears, so promising early on, winning a couple of road after quarterback, and what their futures are, all of them. 1st down and 15 from the 37. Cutler still has it, nowhere to go, and goes down at the 40-yard line. Did not have a receiver opening, and he loses 3 yards.
Well, they were trying to run a quick screen to the outside, but you're going to see there's really no window to throw the ball to Marquise Wilson, so Jay Cutler does the best he can to scramble around and get down. The key there is he can't throw the ball downfield because there's offensive linemen blocking downfield.
So he did the right thing.
He did the smart thing and got down with the football.
2nd down and 19, the 8th play of this drive. Bears are not in field goal position right now. And this pass caught by Bennett trying to get away, and he can't, from Captain Munnerlyn. So Munnerlyn hangs on, and that will bring up 3rd down for the Bears. 3rd down and long.
One of the things you're seeing today so far from Jay Cutler is him throwing much shorter passes, taking things underneath, high completion percentage passes, trying to stay in more 3rd manageable. Really the penalties and some of these bad plays that have happened have been what's kept them back, but he's been pretty efficient so far today.
You're right, 10 of 12, but only for 47 yards, so he has gone short. 3rd down and 15. Cutler on the run, and the pass thrown behind. Forte, well defended, however, to advance. It's all there. Bridgewater with the screen pass to Asiata. Asiata on the move. And he finally gets down at the 25-yard line by Jonathan Bostic after picking up 10 yards.
Joe Berger, the right guard, did a nice job of getting outside and able to block in front for Matt Asiata. Well-designed play by offensive coordinator Norv Turner to get them back on track.
Second down and 5. Pass incomplete. Intended for Charles Johnson with Fuller. There is nucleus here, no question about it. On third down and 5, Bridgewater completes the pass. Trying to get first down yardage is Jarius Wright. And he's unable to do so. He'll be shy by about a yard. So Ryan Mundy, tell you the Bears.
Back on the Minnesota Vikings team will be primarily matching up versus Alshon Jeffries.
They're starting from the 28. Cutler with a screen pass to Forte. Good defense that time by Adi Cole. He's had a terrific game here, starting in place of the injured Chad Greenway. And now time for a game break. Here's Joel Klatt. They're back in the Chiefs lead.
Played last year versus San Diego Chargers.
Second down and 9. Cutler up the middle, and the pass is caught by Bennett. And it'll be a first down for the Bears up to the 43-yard line. Harrison Smith on the tackle. So far, we have not had a gain of more than 19 yards by either team. So it's been all close with the yardage.
Martellus Bennett's a tough matchup for any linebacker or any safety. He's going to be matched up on Adi Cole there and finds the soft spot in the zone to get the first down. But he's big, he's physical, and he's able to run routes almost like a wide receiver, which makes him a viable option in this offense.
Already has caught 5 passes today. From the 44. Cutler getting out of trouble and finally completes the pass. Dante Rosario makes a catch of the low ball. And 2 minutes remaining in the first half. The Bears have 2 timeouts remaining. Vikings have the full complement. Here's Forte on the pitch. Trapped. Can't get away. And finally, it's Sharif Floyd who puts them down, and a loss of 1. Named players here when we talk about that.
Why not?
Third down and 8.
Played with, so.
No. You're a contemporary, my friend. Here's Cutler stepping up, and the pass is caught. It'll be a first down. Alshon Jeffrey with his first catch of the game.
We talked about the matchup of Xavier Rhodes on Alshon Jeffries. You'll see him right there on your screen. He's got a nice job of pressing vertical and giving him a little out move to get out around Xavier Rhodes and find a window for Jay Cutler to throw to.
Running game, Matt Forte getting to the 30. Remember, the Bears have 2 timeouts remaining, trailing 3-0. Already in range for what would be a long field goal try by Jay Feely. There's the pass overthrown, intending for Jeffrey, the wide receiver. It does stop the clock. Cutler quickly out there, incomplete, intended for Rosario. And it's Robbie Gould out with a quad injury, so Feely, the veteran, aboard. And Jay Feely's kick is good, delivering on his first try for Mark Trestman and the Bears. Jay Feely with a 48-yard field goal ties the game, 3-3-2. They have 2 timeouts remaining with 51 seconds on the clock. Teddy Bridgewater, a lot of time, goes to the outside to the tight end Rhett Ellison, and Ellison picks up about 7.5 yards.
Plenty of time here with 2 timeouts for them to get at least in field goal range. And part of doing that is getting a positive start. A completion on first down is a big part of that.
Patterson is in as a wide receiver, as you saw, and the pass thrown underneath once again to Ellison, and the tight end has a first down at midfield. And with 25 seconds remaining, the Vikings will call a timeout. Successful field goal is 56 yards. Right now, the Vikings are at midfield with 1 timeout left. They have a first down And Bridgewater in trouble, and down he goes. The first sack of the game. And it's executed by the Bears and Jay Ratliff, and a loss of 8 yards. And that will set the Vikings back to their own 42. With 13 seconds remaining, they have called.
Well, they bring up edge pressure here versus Teddy Bridgewater. This is something, excuse me, other linebacker came, but this is something that's kind of the in vogue thing to do now in the NFL, to try to disrupt the quarterback and collapse the pocket on him. And now really the Vikings don't have much else they can do but try to just run the clock out and take it into halftime.
Yeah, they called their last time out here. So Bridgewater, and he has to throw underneath, and the pass caught by Banyard. And Banyard gets to the 46 of Chicago. Gain of 11, and time is going to run out, and that will, let's see what the first play brings from Teddy Bridgewater. 9 of 14, but for just 85 yards passing. Dropped by Greg Jennings. Let's send it down to Christina Pink.
Thanks here in the second half. Back up to you, Dick.
All right, Christina, only 6 penalties in the game in this pass, and it's picked off a deflection, and it's Kyle Fuller. Fuller still on his feet, and they're going to push him in. Touchdown! Kyle Fuller never went down. It was deflected off of Cordero Patterson into the hands of Kyle Fuller. His 4th interception of the year, and the Bears have scored a defensive touchdown early here in the 3rd quarter.
The ball's thrown a little bit behind Cordero Patterson because the safety Ryan Mundy was coming down, and Kyle Fuller makes a heads-up play, gets his hands on the football, and then shows off his athleticism. I think his knee may have touched the ground.
There.
It appears to swipe the ground right there. Nonetheless, a tremendous play by Fuller. In the presence of mind to be able to still try to get back up and score a touchdown.
And they're going to review it. And tell you what, it looked like the entire Bears team pushed him into the end zone for the touchdown. It would be the first touchdown, but if that knee is ruled down by Jeff.
Coming away with touchdowns.
Tillman on injured reserve.
54.
And so Kyle Fuller is one to watch for the future. Here's Forte, and he gets a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and goal at about the 7.
You mentioned it, Charles Tillman on IR, Lance Briggs, some of those, pieces of the defense that have been around for so long and so effective, and this will be their last year in the Chicago Bears with all the changes that are to come in the ensuing weeks.
Question is, can the Bears get it across in what has been just a matchup of 2 field goals in the game? 2nd down and goal from the 7.
Look at a matchup here with Martellus Bennett in the middle of the field.
Quickly to Bennett, but he's down. No chance with Audie Cole there. Didn't have much balance there, did the tight end. So now 3rd down and goal.
Well, Audie Cole's sure done the job today, filling in for the injured Chad Greenway at the weak side linebacker. Cutler does his best, makes a little check to Martellus Bennett, but Audie Cole is able to make the tackle in space. Nowhere for Martellus Bennett to go. Now a big 3rd down here. Let's again see if they work to Alshon Jeffrey, their playmaker, who had a big game the last meeting versus the Vikings. In the slot on your screen.
3rd and goal. Cutler. Jeffrey is there, and the ruling is no ruling. We did not get all scoring plays like turnovers are reviewed as well.
Let's see if he was able to control possession of the football and get both feet in. There's his right foot, and never gets in his left foot.
Not even close. So not even close.
Got to get that call right on the field. No excuse for that.
Jay Feely with a 25-yard field goal, which is good to give the Bears a 6 to
execute.
No question. 1st down at the 20 for the Vikings. Hand off to Matt Asiata. Cutting up the middle. Good game by Asiata. Get about 6 yards. Will have home field and win the division. Asiata. That with the losing record as Asiata gets the first down out to the 33 of the Vikings.
What Christina Pink talked about clearly.
He was removed from the offense in week 2 of this year. Asiata getting the call. No gain there. Early here in the third quarter. Battle of field goals with the Bears winning 6-3. The winner of this game will end up third in the NFC North. And of course, the draft picture for Chicago, if they win, they will pick between 8th and 11th in that first round. A loss, they will pick 7th. None of these players are thinking at all, believe us, about draft choices. Bridgewater dumps it off, and Asiata through his hands. Right now, let's send it down to Christina Pink. They missed him, and the Vikings have marched on without him. And a win today, the Vikings would finish 7-9 on the season. 3rd down and 9 for Teddy Bridgewater. On the run, fires, completes the pass for the tight end into Bear territory to Adam Thielen. And a first down. So a 21-yard gain, and that is the biggest gain from scrimmage for either side in this game so far.
These are the skills you need to play quarterback in the NFL. Teddy Bridgewater steps up, moves over in the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield, and finds Thielen for the first down.
First down and through the air again, going deep, and wide open is Thielen for the touchdown. Player in history to do that. Now he gets one as a receiver as Matt Forte carries and gets beyond the 20-yard line. Everson Griffin making the tackle.
Excuse me, earlier, his first career touchdown as a wide receiver. Again,
right.
Not on special teams, but yes. And these are what these games are about. When people say they're not playing for anything, well, a guy like Adam Thielen is. He's playing for a job next year, and there's plenty of other young rookies on this team, in particular on Minnesota, that are trying to continue to build on the foundation they've set in Mike Zimmer's first year as head coach.
2nd down and 7 on the 21. Cutler's pass, and it is caught. Good play made by Dante Rosario with Adi Cole defending. And a first down for the Bears, picking up 22 yards out to the 43. And of course, you played the game. You go through a weeks of practice looking at film. You take the field. You want to win the game. You don't go in there half-heartedly. I don't think anyone does.
No, all these guys are hardcore competitors, and they never want to leave the field losing.
And on the end around, Josh Morgan of the Bears. And Morgan close to picking up another first down, maybe a yard or so shy, getting 9 that time.
And you can see Mark Trestman's really opening up the playbook here, mixing in some reverses, some shots to guys they don't typically work the ball to, as they took a shot at Dante Rosario, their second tight on the last play. He's a nice compliment to Martellus Bennett as well. So clearly the Bears feel like they want to start taking shots now, try to open up this offense a little bit. Not so much the dinking and dunking we saw in the first half.
Yeah, we're seeing more open plays, and that was the question we asked at halftime. They're on the 48, the Bears are, of the Vikings. 2nd down and 1. Cutler being rushed, completes the pass to Jeffrey, and a first down close to the 30-yard line. With Xavier Rhodes defending, they get 15 there. So we're seeing huge chunks of yardage being eaten up by both teams here in this third quarter.
Well, then that's what you see out of both these coaching staffs. Halftime adjustments. Now they're trying to exploit things they saw in the first half and capitalize on them. And credit Jay Cutler. Did a nice job of checking that last play to work his one-on-one matchup with Alshon Jeffries.
And a first down on the Viking 33. Forte reversing his field, and he's going to lose yardage. Gerald Hodges has had an outstanding game. Remember, he is starting for the impressive rookie Anthony Barr, but Harrison Smith as well. Two young players to watch in the Viking defense.
And another young guy who got into that play with some penetration was defensive tackle Sharif Floyd. Penetrated and allowed the linebackers to be able to shoot through the offensive line to make a tackle for loss.
Loss of 3. So it's 2nd and 13, back to the 36. Screen pass, Forte. Not going anywhere. Everson Griffin. And once again, Bears are stymied. They lose 3 yards again, so they've lost 6 yards in the last 2 plays.
These are one of the issues the Chicago Bears offense has had. They just haven't been able to have consistency. They put some good plays together, and then they end up having a few losses or some penalties or a turnover. It's what's plagued their offense the entire year.
Individually, big game for Forte. Second player with 1,000 yards rushing and 100 receptions. LaDainian Tomlinson the other one, but it's 3rd down and 16. Bears going in reverse. Cutler completes the pass to Marquise Wilson, and Wilson getting down to the 25-yard line will be about 2 yards shy of the first down. They take over on their 33 after Feely's missed field goal. Here's Matt Asiata. He stopped behind the line of scrimmage and ends up with a burst and shy of the first down by a couple.
You know, Dick, we're coming to a new stadium here for both of us today, and our stat crew did some work this week, and this is actually the 70th NFL stadium you've done a broadcast from. It's just an incredible career, and in my first year, I just want to say thank you for bringing me along and making this all possible.
Well, I was going to save this for later, but you have been a joy to work with, and you've got a great future here as a broadcaster. You got a lot of spark, and you look pretty good too, which is not bad, as Matt Asiata drives close for the first down. But you know, I've really enjoyed working with guys that are breaking into the business who work very hard at their new craft, and that's what you're doing. And yeah,
look at that. A Dick Stockton jersey there. He knew. The Vikings fans here knew. I took a picture of actually Dick on the way in with a big fan as we were coming into the game today. So
I've worked in some strange stadiums, including Harvard Stadium when the Patriots played a season there. Hard to believe it's up to 70. Here is Bridgewater, and Bridgewater gets it off to Asiata, who gets into Bear territory, stopped by Jonathan Bostic. Good pressure that time by Jay Ratliff.
And Teddy Bridgewater just playing so tough, you know, for a guy who's not that big, only 6'2", 210 pounds. Skinny guy, but he's smart. He finds ways to slide through in the pocket and make throws while he's still getting hit. Again, a very bright future for this young man.
2nd down and 3. Nowhere this time. Asiata stopped in his tracks by Jared Allen.
We talked about the Minnesota linebacker and done a fantastic job getting after the quarterback in the NFL.
3rd down and 3, and Bridgewater's pass caught, first down. Greg Jennings, and the Vikings scored the only touchdown in the game. Hurst on the tackle, and a first down to the 43 of the Bears.
And you've got to be impressed with Teddy Bridgewater. Again, another conversion on 3rd down, him passing the football. He just seems to have such command for such a young man in this league, and that's what all the coaches and players talk about, just his demeanor and his professionalism.
Look how he's really amped it up since that first quarter. Banyard with the run gets a couple, and by the way, with that touchdown pass to Thielen, Teddy Bridgewater now has thrown a touchdown pass in 10 consecutive games. Talk about consistency.
His consistency, whether it's his approach to practice each day in the facility or even coming out on a week-to-week basis, he's extremely consistent, and that's what a coaching staff in the NFL looks for. They can see the same guy every day.
2nd and 8. Bridgewater not going to get away this time from Christian Jones. He had 11 tackles and a sack against the Lions last week. He gets his 2nd sack of the season in as many weeks. He has started at all 3 linebacker positions, and he is a shining bright part of the future for this Bears defense.
Yeah, 2nd sack of his career. Really had his best game of his career last week, as you had mentioned, but extremely athletic, does a nice job rushing the quarterback and finding ways to run sideline to sideline to get to the football.
3rd down and 11. Back to the 44 for Bridgewater. With time, goes underneath, completes to Charles Johnson. And Johnson is down at the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down. DeMontre Hurst. They put that bear head down. A lot warmer then. Eben Britton, an extra offensive lineman. 1st and 10 inside his 5. And Cutler's going to go down inside the 10-yard line. Good pressure that time. Corey Wooden, former Chicago Bear. Time for a game break. Here's Joel Klatt.
All right.
Foul, 2nd down and 13 after the sack and the loss of 3 yards. Cutler taken off, and Cutler gets the 1st down. So Jay Cutler using his legs and gets the 1st down, picking up 15.
Something that he doesn't always utilize, but he's got a lot of athleticism. When he wants to get outside the pocket and run, he can, and he's had to at times this season. We talked about it earlier. 9 different starting rotations for the offensive line for the Chicago Bears. That's the most in the NFL.
Longest run of the year for Cutler was 25 yards, but he gets his team out of trouble. The first division win of the year. They have a 1st down on the 24. The Bears, and this pass is overthrown. Martellus Bennett. So it'll be 2nd.
Appears as if Kansas City might come away with that game, and Baltimore's down, so now it's open up the door to Houston.
They're leading 14-10 in the 3rd quarter. Here's Matt Forte. And Forte, banner day for Matt Forte, who's had a brilliant season for the Chicago Bears. He gets 4 yards on that play.
Really a brilliant career, and Mark Trestman talked about it. He's the complete back. Some backs come off the field on 3rd down, but no, he can pass protect, he can catch balls out in routes, and he can run extremely effective. Has great vision, a smart player, really takes care of his body in the offseason as well. That's why he's been so effective for so long.
3rd down and 6. Cutler. And the pass incomplete, intended for Alshon Jeffrey with Xavier Rhodes. And good field position. 1st down at the 47 of the Vikings. Teddy Bridgewater with time. Complete. And Jennings with the catch. And a 1st down to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 19.
And this is the play where I wanted Teddy Bridgewater just to be a little bit more patient with, and he was here. He was able to find Greg Jennings and fit that ball in on the sidelines. A nice job being patient and letting the routes develop. You see this maturation process happening right before our eyes, even in this game still.
Bears won the 1st meeting between the teams at Soldier Field. Vikings lead here. Pump fake. Ball almost knocked out of his hands, but he held on. And Bridgewater runs up and gets a couple of yards. Could have been worse for Bridgewater. Good pressure by the defensive tackle Stephen Payat, and a gain of 2 for Bridgewater.
Good presence of mind by Teddy Bridgewater to hang on to the football and then scramble up in the pocket just to be able to get a few yards. It wasn't even a sack. All these intangibles, these are the things that NFL teams look for in a franchise quarterback, and this is what Teddy Bridgewater is displaying right now.
A lot of poise shown by the #1 pick out of Louisville. 2nd down and 8. And here is Banyard. And Banyard gets to the 33.
You know, when you watch all this film of Teddy Bridgewater, one of the things I came across was he chews gum while he plays. He doesn't have a mouth guard in or anything. He chews gum. He says it actually helps relax him. He's been doing it for a long time now. Apparently he's not too worried about his teeth. You know, anything happens if he gets knocked out, but
or swallowing the gum. And he said he even chews gums when he took his exams at college. He said simply it relaxes me.
Unbelievable.
3rd down and 5. Maybe he'll get a commercial. 3rd and 5. Bridgewater goes underneath, and the tackle made on Adam Thielen by Christian Jones, preventing a Viking 1st down. And so the field goal team comes on. The ball is at the 26-yard line, and Blair Walsh will enter to try to add to the Viking lead.
Teddy Bridgewater, again, finding a way to get a completion. That helps out your field goal kicker, and it makes it a
7-point lead for Minnesota. And Mariani's going to run this one out. Past the 30. Past the 40. Into Viking territory, and a great return. Adam Thielen makes the tackle. But a great return by Mariani. And the Bears in business, trailing by 7 points. That was a 67-yard kickoff return.
Well, nice job blocking by the Chicago Bears special team, setting this up for Mark Mariani. Really be able to find a seam in the defense and lets his speed kick in after he beats the kicker. But credit Adam Thielen, having a big game today for a touchdown-saving tackle here at the end. Should be interesting to see, though, if the Chicago Bears offense can find a spark, build momentum off this, and if Jay Cutler can get him in the end zone.
And a first down at the 35.
Cutler clearly changing the play, wants to probably try to find a way. Nope, now he's checking back to it as the Minnesota Vikings defense changed. Cat and mouse game you like to see throughout the game with these guys.
Flag down. Is this a free play for Cutler? And the pass intercepted. Penalty marker down. Audie Cole with the interception.
Or bad or hurt the Bears in that case.
So now it's first down and 5. And Matt Forte for a couple of yards. Time for a game break. Here's Joel Klatt again. Yeah, does anyone want this? I guess Kansas City does.
The key to that is Chase Daniels starts then for the Chiefs.
Yes. Second down and 3. And the pass dropped by Josh Morgan.
Well, that seems to be a habit right now
here, but now they look at a 3rd down and 3 to the Bears. Do they have to settle for a field goal again? And it would be a long one indeed. This is a big play. Cutler dancing around, and his pass is knocked down. Forte, the intended receiver. Audie Cole makes the defensive play, knocking it down, bringing up 4th down. 4th and 3. Cutler completes the pass, and a first down inside the 15 to Martellus Bennett. He went to one of his 2 big targets, and it was the bigger one, the tight end Bennett. And a gain of 15 quiets the crowd, and the Bears get a first down to the 8.
Martellus Bennett's matched up on Andrew Sendejo, filling in for Robert Blanton, and just runs a simple in route. Is able to beat him with speed out of his cut. He's such a big target. He's really tough to defend if a quarterback throws an accurate ball like Cutler did there.
7th catch for Bennett. On first down, here's Forte. Nowhere to run. And he is stopped nearly in his tracks by Everson Griffin, bringing up 2nd and goal.
The defensive front for the Minnesota Vikings, Everson Griffin, Brian Robinson, Sharif Floyd. All these guys have really stepped up their game and allowed the linebackers for the Minnesota Vikings to be more open and make plays and do their job.
So 2nd down and 9 officially. Ball on the 12. Play action. Pass is batted up. And it looked like it was bobbled. Let's see if it would be an interception if it were caught, and it hit the ground. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down and 14. From the 17-yard line. Cutler gets a rush. The pass incomplete. Intended for Bennett in the end zone. Claimed he was pushed. 2 defenders back there, including who have learned from a legend in our profession. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Matt Asiata. And Asiata gets to the 36. And a thank you for our crew here in the truck. And they have toiled all season long.
Talk about legendary coaching trees in the NFL. Well, Bob Stenner's that in TV. I mean, his reach extends further than even just here at Fox. So
yeah, he does. And you know, the pictures and the replays and the sounds and the presentations that many of us take for granted in our sofas at home and watching up here has to come from somewhere, and has to come from the greats, and Bob Stenner certainly belongs there. Bridgewater on 2nd and 4 gets sacked inside the 30 by David Bass, and on that sack, let's send it out once again to Joel Klatt in the game break. Like a seesaw thing with Houston now leading 21-17. 3rd down and 12 here for the Vikings, leading by 4. Bridgewater, and Bridgewater has an open receiver. One-handed catch by Jennings, and Greg Jennings managed to stay in bounds after making the catch close to midfield, and a pickup of 20. Great play by Jennings.
A great play by Jennings, and a good job by Teddy Bridgewater finding him. But again, another busted coverage by the Chicago Bears defense. And people have given defensive coordinator Mel Tucker flack all year long, but look, this is execution. That's not on the defensive coordinator. That's on the players down there in the field. They've got to do a better job of communicating and identifying who has who in the passing game.
That's why a team goes 5-10 going into their season finale. First down at the 49 of the Vikings. Here is Matt Asiata trying to cut back. Does a good job. Asiata with a nifty run, picking up 7 yards.
And he's really done a nice job filling in the absence of Adrian Peterson, and clearly not the same type of player. I mean, it's hard to replace a guy with Adrian Peterson's ability, but Matt Asiata has filled that role well, being able to run the football effectively, getting downhill, not fumbling very often, and doing his job.
2nd and 3 on the 44. Here's Asiata, and this time the Bears won't let him get all the way through. Ratliff is there to make the stop.
Really, Ratliff and Paella, the 2 inside tackles for the Chicago Bears defense, do a nice job of plugging up holes, not allowing there to be really any running lanes for the Vikings offense. They've been stellar all year in that regard, and even getting to the quarterback. Have about 6 sacks apiece, a very disruptive duo in the center of the Chicago Bears defense.
So it'll be 3rd and a long one. There ain't 5 minutes remaining in the 4th. And here's Matt Asiata, gets a first down and more. Asiata, big gain. Good block by Jerome Felton, the fullback, and Asiata getting down to the 26-yard line, picking up 14 big yards for the Vikings.
Well, he puts 1 foot in the ground and gets vertical. And that's his style of running. He's a physical back, and he finds ways of just getting north and south and being simple in his running style, but very effective. And again, right down the middle of that defense, John Sullivan, the center, having a nice block to open up a hole for him.
78 yards rushing for Asiata, who had 2 touchdowns on the ground against the Dolphins last week in the losing cause. It'll be a first down at the 26. Asiata again, and he burst forward for picking up nearly 5 yards.
You get the feeling the Minnesota Vikings are just controlling the game at this point.
Primarily, you would think. Using the clock. And here is Banyard, who's come into the game, and the Bears do a good job right there, knocking him back for no gain, maybe a loss of 1.
The Vikings
putting the shots for you, seeing the replays, the graphics all come from this crew. Here's Bridgewater on the keeper. Bridgewater will get the first down and go out of bounds. First down for Minnesota. Other people to thank, our statistician, Emmett McGuire. And on the 12, and here is Asiata inside the 10. Carrying defenders down to the 6-yard line. Jennings is there, pickup of 6.
You saw Bridgewater.
11th play of the drive. 2nd down and 4. Asiata, who's handled this offense down the final minutes here, is a yard shy of the first down as the clock winds down to 4 minutes remaining in the 4th.
Brady, back to you.
All right, so the Ravens could be in the driver's seat. 3rd down and 1 here in Minneapolis. And Asiata pushing forward close to the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball. Vikings indicate they have enough for a 1st and Wentworth for the Vikings. Rookie from Fresno State. is an extra offensive lineman. There he is, number 72. So 4th down and inches for Minnesota. And here is Asiata, and he's pushed back. I don't think he made it. I think he might have lost a little. And the Bears may have held fast.
Heck of a play by middle linebacker John Bostic. As soon as that hole opened up for Asiata, he came there to fill it. And he was not letting Matt Asiata get any further closer to that 1st down marker.
Great play, you're right. Right there. Didn't give ground. And the Chicago Bears will take over on downs.
Trevor Scott gave him a little extra help as Asiata started to gain momentum. Scott was able to put his back into him and push Asiata back. Now pressure's on Jay Cutler, because right here, this could be a drive for the win.
They have Cutler. We don't know what the answer is going to be during the offseason. We know there are a lot of questions for the Bears. Here is Asiata getting stopped by Bostic head on. Lost a little too.
You can credit Jared Allen coming up and meeting the fullback in the hole and freeing up John Bostic to be there and make the tackle.
Ball on the 3. Jay Cutler, and the offense goes to work. Only stoppage will be at the 2-minute warning. Cutler will run it from the end zone, get the 1st down, and slide as he crosses the 25. Good play.
Mike Zimmer using his patented double-A gap mug with his linebackers up around the line of scrimmage, and he created some running lanes there as they tried to bring
or lack of. 1st and 15. Cutler escaping trouble and completes the pass, and going out of bounds is Josh Morgan.
That's why you see no one covering him.
And I think Cutler must have known that too, the way he threw the ball. What am I going to do here? He must have seen that he had gone out of bounds. So it's now 1st down and 20. So Cutler, and this pass dropped by Forte. Incomplete pass. Looks like the Bears they were at the 3-yard line, no timeouts left. They got 22 yards, and then things backfired for them. 2nd down and 20. And this pass is caught by Matt Forte, and Forte gets to the 22, and we're winding to the 2-minute warning here. And that's
all beyond him.
But this is really a fitting finish to the Bears season without question. Here's the pass caught by Forte, who is going to set a record with that reception. 8th catch of the game and the 102nd of the season. Matt Forte has set an NFL record for catches by a running back in a season, breaking Larry Center's into the league 7 years ago, has the most yards from scrimmage of anyone. 4th down and 9 for Jay Cutler and the Bears with 1:43 remaining. Cutler gets hit from behind, completes the pass to Bennett, and he'll be shy of the 1st down by 2 yards. And the Vikings will take over on down.
Fan, you got to be excited about the potential of next season and what this team can do. And then in 2 years, you got a new stadium. You're back indoors. You don't have to worry about being outside in December in these cold games here in Minnesota.
Well, it was a pleasure working with you. You've got a great future, and you're a friend, and you've got a lot of ability, and you work very hard.
I've learned a ton this season. It's truly been a pleasure. And Dick, thank you so much for all your help.
So for Brady Quinn and Christina Pink, Dick Stockton saying so long. Right now, let's go to the State Farm Game Break Show with Kurt Menefee and the boys in Los Angeles.